This is the arrogant postman who claimed he was too knackered to help a frail pensioner who fell in the snow. Thomas McCafferty has been suspended by the Royal Mail for refusing to assist Patricia Stewart, 72, when she lost her footing and fell down her icy front steps as she tried to collect a parcel. Mr. McCafferty, 51, responded to her appeals for help by telling her, "I can't help, I'm too knackered," and then walked away. Calling over his shoulder, McCafferty told Mrs. Stewart to put on her slippers as he walked off, which had come loose during her fall. The incident in the village of Bainford, Falkirk, took place during the coldest February since 1950. It came to light after footage from a neighbor's doorbell camera was posted on social media and gained traction worldwide. Mrs. Stewart's family said the postal worker should be sacked and claimed Mrs. Stewart, who suffers from the bone disease osteoporosis and uses a Zimmer frame to move about. McCafferty, who is not the pensioner's regular postman, also failed to alert neighbors as he carried on going about his rounds and didn't bother to alert them to Mrs. Stewart's. He could now face the sack if Royal Mail bosses find him guilty of gross misconduct. Share this article. He was not at his home yesterday as Mail Online approached him for comment, but has yet to apologize to Mrs. Stewart for his behavior. A neighbor told Mail Online, "He hasn't been seen for the last few days, but people are talking." I haven't seen the video, but it is not something people expect of members of the local community, and especially we're close-knit around here. We like to think we would help people. Mrs. Stewart was only rescued when a Hermes driver, Karolina Domska, 22, came along. She found her soaked through and sobbing in the snow in her bare feet with her slippers nearby and immediately rallied neighbors to help. Mrs. Stewart's niece Cheryl Harkin said, "Our usual postman is lovely. But what this gentleman did is he deserves everything he is going to get. He seems to be quite well known in the postal industry and has worked there for over 20 years. The postal workers I have spoken to are refusing to work with him again, and I've been told he'll be moved to another office, but I'm hoping they won't work with him either. He shouldn't be working with the public. Postal workers and retired postal workers have sent me so many messages about this guy, and he appears to be known for being a..." Mrs. Stewart is a grandmother of 2. She has lived on her own after the death of her husband at death. She said, "I felt a bit dizzy. I fell from the top step to the bottom and I banged my head. I just couldn't get up. I shouted for the postman to help me and he came back. But he said, 'I've been working from early this morning and am knackered,' and then if it hadn't been for the people who helped I would have been lying there for..." Cheryl added, "I've had people from Russia trying to get in touch with me. American families have. People are just disgusted. If there was no footage, I don't think anyone would believe. Even if he didn't lift her up, he could have called on a neighbor or someone. It's inhumane to do what has. You wouldn't treat a dog like that. He could have contacted me to apologize, but he hasn't, and a postman told me he doesn't think he has done." If that is the case, we're not going to get an apology off this guy. If that's his we want him exposed, which is why we put the video out on Facebook, because it's not acceptable. I'm still expecting an official response from Royal Mail about what is happening to. We should be entitled to know the outcome of their investigation. Treatment for Mrs. Stewart's health condition, including scans and operations, has been delayed due to the coronavirus lock. It is understood that the former social care manager fell a day after she received the coronavirus vaccine. Mrs. Stewart said, "I've done nothing wrong. I'm a nice person. I couldn't believe that he walked away and left me and didn't seek anybody's help. I'm still in shock." Last night, a Royal Mail spokesman said, "Royal Mail expect the highest standards of behavior from our people while out on deliveries and collections at all times. We regularly remind our postmen and postwomen of the important role they play in their local communities. We were very sorry to learn about this incident, and for the distress this incident has caused. We have been in touch with the customer concerned to apologize and to inform them we are investigating this incident."